Hello and welcome to my living room. I'm Kathleen Hirschner. If you're like me, you probably have people who are on your Facebook page that you've never met. And I try to limit the amount of people that I have on my page that I haven't met, and in hopes that at one point I will be able to meet them. And this is the case with my guest today. He's somebody who used to listen to me on Vaughn Radio, and he asked to be my friend, and I said, okay, whatever. And I never got to meet him until today. So he's here with us in the studio with me today, and we're going to have a conversation about many things, one of them being his love of art, and maybe we'll talk about the place where he's from in Spain, and basically anything he wants. I even gave him permission to ask me a few questions. So, Jose Luis Nicolas, welcome to my living room.
Thank you.
Finally, we meet.
Yeah.
I see your photograph, you know, your little thumbnail photo on my Facebook page, and it's a funny photograph because you're upside down. Yeah,
I'm.
Did you take it yourself?
Lying and with.
You're lying down, and I have a visual memory of it in that it's upside down on my page because you took it like that. And so when I met you today, I kind of wanted to go like, oh, it's that guy.
The screen.
It's that guy, to flip it around. And you brought some artwork with you today that at first I thought were photographs because I thought maybe you're a photographer, but you're not.
You can see it in Facebook too.
Oh, really? On your page?
Yeah.
I have not had time to spy on my friends as much as I would like to.
Well,
I'll do that today.
I think you can find a lot of things about your friends in Facebook.
You can learn a lot of things.
If you watch her pictures.
Yeah, and also to see what people put on their page. You know, I think that gives you an idea about a person. Like, you know, what kind of things would you choose to put on your page for other people to see?
Mainly friends of mine. But I aggregate you like fans, like a fan.
Oh, like a fan.
Well, then I know you, and I ask you a question. You answer me, and then I think it's a beautiful person.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people that I've met that way who started out as fans. I use that word loosely because it makes me kind of feel embarrassed. Yeah. But they do feel like they know me because if you listen to the stuff that I do on the radio, I talk a lot about myself.
Yeah.
And so when you told me today you were a little bit nervous, I was like, well, one trick is that if you decide you don't want to talk, you can ask me questions. Now, you brought two things with you today, which I love. And one of them is a little miniature horse, or it's actually a model of a horse that you made, and it's on the table here in front of us. I think maybe the camera can get a shot of the horse. And you told me that you made that for your daughter.
Yes, it's a present for my daughter.
What is it made out of?
It's
what
made
is this composed
of paper.
Is it paper mache?
Yes, it's like a concrete, but with paper.
Well, we call it paper mache in English, but so it's like concrete, which is kind of the work that you do. You told me before. Mixing.
I work in a company about aggregates and concrete. Yeah.
So is that what inspired you to create this model of a horse in an aggregate mixture?
No. I think no.
I think it's cute.
I like to do things with my hands, mainly little things.
Well, obviously you like sculpting, because I think you've sculpted this.
Sculpt.
And that horse is called a pinto in English, and I think it's the same word in Spanish. Horses that were native to the Americas, Native Americans.
Yeah.
It's a recessive gene, by the way. It's very unusual to have horses of this color. What's your daughter's name?
My daughter's it's Jimena.
Jimena. So you made this as a present for her.
Yes.
Did she like it? Did she ask you to make more for her?
I do for her two house dolls.
You make dolls?
Yeah.
Like
no.
Dollhouse.
A dollhouse.
You made a dollhouse for her?
Yeah.
I love dollhouses.
I have a photo.
Do you? Can I see it? I love miniatures. I had a great dollhouse when I was a kid.
Yeah. here is 1 and 2.
Okay, well, why don't you show those to the camera first? I can see them from here.
Yeah.
That's
This is-
beautiful. Was
Yeah.
that from a...
With my hands.
With your...
Yeah.
Was that from a kit, or did you make all of that yourself? In other words, did you buy a box and assemble it and put it together, or did you create it yourself?
It's created by myself.
So you made the windows and you made...
The wood, the frame of the house,
That is amazing. I don't know if-
paper,
if
the
you can see
paper of the walls.
It's beautiful. Oh, she's a lucky girl.
Yes, I'm very proud of it.
Well, you also work with your hands in another way as an artist. And I was talking to you before we started today about the kind of art that you do, and you said you work with oils
Yeah,
and pastels.
yeah.
Which do you prefer one over the other?
I prefer oil.
Why?
Oil. I think you can do things more. I don't know how to say.
Versatile?
Yeah.
Amazing how I knew that word.
Something so.
So is it easier to work with oil paints than it is to work with pastels?
The first time I start to paint with oil, I thought this is impossible for me.
Really?
But when I catch the brush,
Yeah.
and I start
When you picked up the brush.
I can't believe it that I can do these things.
How old were you when you first started to paint?
Well, I always in my life have paint, but
So you don't remember
the
a
first
time.
time that I start to paint seriously, it was 30 years.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you were a
Very,
kid, you probably were a
very-
little bit artistic, or very artistic. Your teachers must have known that.
I don't have a teacher.
I mean, your teachers in
I'm
school,
learned
though.
by myself.
But your teachers, when you were in school, must have noticed and
Yes.
said something to your parents. Jose Luis
Yes.
seems to be
Yeah,
artistic.
Yeah.
Can you show us one of your-
great notes? I always have
good grades.
Good notes.
Good marks, good
marks,
grades.
good marks. Sorry.
That's all right.
I'm so basic.
Don't
in
worry about
my-
it. This is what I'm here for. Is this one of your
This is the first
oil?
one with oil. The first one.
Really? Let's see if our camera can get it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that looks like
Thank you so much.
a little casita
Yes.
in the country somewhere.
Yeah. This is the place where vegetables grow up.
Like a huerta.
Huerta.
Amazing.
Yeah.
This is good for my Spanish
I don't know
vocabulary.
how it's the word.
Well, a garden.
A garden.
A garden.
For example.
And are you inspired by? You're from Leon, aren't you?
Yeah.
Were you
I
initially?
take photographs.
Really?
And then when I'm at home, I'm thinking it's possible to do a picture with it, and then I'm start to paint.
So you take photographs of the place that you will eventually paint. A lot of artists do that. Like they take a photo and then they can bring it home. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Is that
Thank
oil
you
as
so
well?
much. It's oil too.
That's beautiful. I like that very much. That looks like a dry riverbed. Do you know what a riverbed is?
It's it's a river. It's a path.
It's a trail?
In autumn.
It's beautiful. Is that? Did you take a photograph of?
This take me a lot of time to do it.
How long?
6 months.
Did you take?
6 months.
That's a long time.
It's
Keep that there for a second. Did you take a photograph of that first, before painting it?
not really a photograph. I don't know how to say. It's diapositiva, a visor, a photograph through the wall. I don't know how to say.
like a camera obscure. I can't remember the name of. I think I know what you're talking about. There's a hole in a wall, like a viewer, and then
a viewer. Yes. Another one?
Yeah, please. No, please. You brought them. I want to see them. I did not know that you were an artist when we became friends on Facebook. This is a new revelation for me. What is that?
Learning something more.
I am. That kind of has like an El Bosco look to it.
No, this is the house of the birds.
A birdhouse?
Sí. It's something like that. I don't know what to say.
For pigeons, like for palomas?
Palomas, yeah.
For palomas.
How would say?
Pigeons?
Pigeons.
Pigeons are palomas. Or doves, you could call them doves.
House the frame is the up.
There's a lot of detail in that picture. No wonder it takes you so long to make a painting, because you have a lot of things to add.
Yeah.
Who's your, were you inspired by a famous artist?
I need around me all be quiet. The best hour is 12 o'clock p.m.
Well, no, that's a different question. That would be to say, if I asked you what inspires you, but what my question was, is were you inspired by a particular artist?
Ah, yes.
Who?
I like Van Gogh.
Van Gogh?
Vincent Van Gogh.
I noticed in that first painting, the one of the casita, that you use ink the way Van Gogh uses ink. He used thick globs of ink to create texture, didn't he?
Yes, yeah.
Have you been to Amsterdam and gone to the Van Gogh Museum?
I was in how would say this museum in front of El Prado, Thyssen.
The Thyssen.
Thyssen.
There are some Van Goghs there.
I was there watching pictures of
an exhibition. Was there an exhibition of Van Gogh?
Yeah.
How long ago?
I think 1-2 years ago.
I missed
more
it.
Or less.
Have you ever been to Amsterdam?
No.
Let's say, Luis, as an artist,
I must go.
If I can be a little bit Mandona here, as an artist, if you love Van Gogh, you must find time to go to the Van Gogh Museum. It is fantastic. For anybody that loves Van Gogh, because you can see the progression of his art through his lifetime, and when you stand in front of those paintings, as you have, and you see the texture of the ink, it's completely different than looking at a two-dimensional two-dimensional image of it.
Yeah. And the colors, it's all. I like the paints of Van Gogh.
Well, you know, he suffered from bipolar disease. I think he was schizophrenic or manic depressive, or he had a mental, as everybody knows, he suffered from mental.
You speak about her. You speak?
I talked about it once. Did I, on the radio?
Sorry?
Are you asking me a question?
Repeat me, please.
What do you want to know? You want to know did you hear me talking about him? I think what you said is, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I think you said, I heard you talking about him. Is that what you said? I probably did talk about him after I came back from Amsterdam. I was really moved by that experience. It was really something. And before going to the Van Gogh Museum, I was not aware of his life to that extent, and I really didn't like his art as much as I did when I was actually looking at it. But what I was getting back to is that he suffered from mental illness, I suppose you could say. But some of his paintings are so full of light and joy, and his love for nature is so clear. And then you get to that period of his life where everything's dark, and he paints in dark tones. As an artist, do you find that as an artist,
Yes.
Do you find that that happens to you as well? Like your art sometimes mirrors your emotional state?
I try to be quiet when I'm painting.
Yeah.
Artwork.
But the inspiration, like,
Yes.
if you're feeling sad,
No,
for instance,
I don't paint
you don't
at
paint.
all.
So you only paint when you're feeling. You don't paint to express all emotion. Just you paint when you're
Yes.
feeling good. That's interesting.
I need feeling good. I need listen to the music. For example, I would say wind merchants. Music very quiet.
Wind merchants?
Wind merchants.
I don't know. I don't know. Is it a name of a group?
No, it's a person who plays piano.
Oh, so it's a pianist.
Like you.
Well, yeah, but there are, believe me, my friend, there are no recordings of me playing the piano, and that's how it will remain for the rest of my life. Are you musical as well?
No, I'm not musical at all.
You're a music lover. Do you have any examples of the work that you did in pastel?
Yeah.
Can I see one?
This one.
That almost looks like a photograph. Are you attempting?
It's quite a lot of details. Yeah.
Is that one of your objectives? Are you trying to make it as close to reality as possible?
Yes. I like paint reality.
Yeah. So that's probably why, I'm guessing, I'm going to make a guess here. That's probably why you like the miniature things in a
Yes,
dollhouse,
the
because
details.
everything is like a real chair, only it's the scale, it's like 2 to 1, I mean, or 1 to 2. You have to do a certain mathematical figure, a formula to get the proportions right, don't you?
Yes, all right. And I have a present for you.
Ooh, I love
It's a small thing,
presents. Thank you very much.
I made it yesterday.
This is a bookmark. And you know what?
this
You
is a
know, I want
bookmark.
you to sign the back of it, because all artists sign their work. Oh, no, you signed the front of it.
Yeah.
Jose Luis. So this is a
Maybe
bookmark.
tomorrow.
And this is pastel. Is this pastel?
Yeah, it's pastel.
I love it. It reminds me that I need...
It's pastel, but with some waters like aquarella.
So it's like a watercolor?
Yes.
Mixed
like
with pastel?
Yeah, it's a mix.
You know,
It's a
it's
mix.
reminding me that I need to read.
You need time to read, no?
Well, I was trying to read this morning when I was coming to the studio in the metro. It's a long trip. It's about 35, 40
very long.
minutes in the metro. And I brought a book today, and I thought, well, today I'm going to read, you know, because I usually listen to music, you know, like this. But I thought, no, there are
I
things
prefer
want.
read books.
Well, so I brought a book with me.
This is read books is another thing that I like.
You love reading?
I'm reading right now. I'm reading the Millennium, the second book.
It's called The Millennium. Who wrote it?
Steven Seagal.
Oh, really? Is it fiction or nonfiction?
No, it's like policy.
Politics?
No, policy novel. No sé, I don't know.
Oh, police.
Police novel.
It's like a detective
Yes.
novel or a mystery.
A journalist who trying to find who murdered another one.
Okay, so it's a murder mystery.
Yeah.
And I guess that might be a genre for that. I've heard of Steven Seagal, but I haven't read anything by him. This book that I was reading this morning.
Sorry?
The book that I was reading this morning is called Why You Don't Need Meat.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, because you know
You're
I
always
don't eat meat.
Your issue.
And I had this book because I've been trying to read it for several months.
Yeah.
So I had it with me in the metro, but I didn't really want anybody to see the title because I thought, well, you know, I'm not trying to like make a statement about myself. So I kept like putting the cover of it on my. I mean, it's kind of stupid. And then when I wanted to mark the place because I hadn't received this nice gift yet, I was thinking, well, what can I mark the book with? I don't like to fold the corner. In English, we call it.
I don't like to.
I don't like doing that. It's disrespectful to the book. In English, we call it a dog ear. Because you know how dogs, sometimes dogs' ears, I look like an idiot. Dogs' ears go like that. And so that's what you do when you bend the cover. We call it dog ear. I don't like to do it. So I had to use a nail file.
Ah, yeah.
And this woman was sitting next to me, and I know she just thought, oh, crazy giddy. Because, you know, but
no, I think no.
No big deal.
People don't must think you are
recognized? I hope not. I mean, I hope not in the morning anyway. So.
And the book that I'm reading now, it's called
The Millennium.
The Millennium is it's called the girl who play with fire.
So that's the Millennium.
Yeah.
The guy who played with fire.
Fire.
What kind of fire? Financial fire? Real
I don't
fire?
know. I'm in the middle of the book. I don't know why. I suppose it's because she's always fighting against the men. I think this book can it's possible that you like
You think
to
I'd
read
like
this
it?
book.
Well, I tell you what, that's a good suggestion.
Yeah.
And I do like detective novels.
You must start for the first one.
Okay, I'll try it.
Then
I'll try the first one. I like this author called Robert Patterson. I think his name is Robert Patterson. Anyway, he's a mystery writer, sort of like the one that you like. But I prefer to read nonfiction.
yeah.
I really do. I don't read to escape or to be in another dimension or another life or another story. And I also don't like I like documentary film. I don't really like film about some imaginary story. I think that you seem to me to be a very introverted and sort of sensitive person who likes to be by yourself.
Yes,
and you like,
I like the quiet life.
Yeah, and you have kind of an internal life.
Yeah.
And I think that just in talking to you for 20 minutes or so, I get that feeling about you. What is your wife like? Is she similar to you or completely different?
My wife works in a company.
Well, no, I don't. What's her personality?
It's administrative too.
What's her personality like? What is she like as a person? Is she like you?
She's very strong.
So she's a lot different.
We complement.
Yeah, I figured you would tell me that. She's very strong-minded.
Very strong in minds, yeah.
Is she talkative?
And my daughters too.
Oh, really? Oh,
I'm
no.
too
far. So you have Jimena,
yeah.
which is like the name Jemima, I think, in English. And she takes after your wife. So it's 2 against 1 in your home. Do you know what I mean by that?
No, can you
It's like
repeat,
two people against 1.
Ah, yeah. But I'm quiet, but I have my temp.
Absolutely.
Temperament.
You're a man. You have to protect your
Yes.
masculinity.
Always.
Don't let these women try to tell you what to do. Because we don't really want to tell men what to do. In fact, I like it when a man says,
I like
shut up.
every person must to do her own life.
Okay. So let people do their own thing. You let me do my thing.
Yeah. Everybody. I don't like what are they doing.
I think that's fair.
Mind.
I think that's.
Everyone do.
I think it's a good way. It's a good way to approach life. I've really enjoyed this conversation with you today. Unfortunately, we're out of time. So, Jose Luis Nicolas, thank you so much for making the effort to come here today.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for my present.
I'm glad to meet you.
I want you to make one of these horses for me sometime. Thank you for tuning in to another conversation here in my living room. We look forward to coming back with more conversations in my living room. So everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.